Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We continue reciting from Surah al-Anbia from verse 92. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة وأنا ربكم فاعبدون وتقطعوا أمرهم بينهم كل إلينا راجعون فمن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا كفران لسعيه وإنا له كاتبون وحرام على قرية أهلكناها أنهم لا يرجعون حتى إذا فتحت يأجوج ومأجوج وهم من كل حدب ينسلون واقترب الوعد الحق فإذا هي شاخصة أبصار الذين كفروا يا ويلنا قد كنا في غفلة من هذا بل كنا ظالمين إنكم وما تعبدون من دون الله حصب جهنم أنتم لها واردون لو كان هؤلاء آلهة ما وردوها وكل فيها خالدون لهم فيها زفير وهم فيها لا يسمعون إن الذين سبقت لهم منا الحسنى أولئك عنها مبعدون لا يسمعون حسيسها لا يسمعون حسيسها لا يسمعون حسيسها وهم فيما اشتهت أنفسهم خالدون لا يحزنهم الفزع الأكبر وتتلقاهم الملائكة هذا يومكم الذي كنتم توعدون يوم نطوي السماء كطي السجل للكتب كما بدأنا أول خلق نعيده وعدا علينا إنا كنا فاعلين. Great descriptions on some of the events that will unfold at the end of the times, and the stories of the end of the times are amazing in the literature, Islamic literature, in Quran and Hadith, and much details was provided by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the Hadith, and if the Hadith is authentic, and there are lots of authentic hadith that narrates this story, it's amazing. All previous prophets, they did talk about the day of judgment, but none have talked in the extent that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to this ummah, and that is for a very sensible and a valid reason, and that's because all the prophets knew that there will be a final prophet after him. Musa knew there will be prophets after him. Isa knew there will be Prophet Muhammad ﷺ after him, and that's why Injil specifically talked about Prophet Muhammad will come. But Prophet Muhammad ﷺ knew there will be no prophets left after him, so he has to tell, and Allah told Prophet Muhammad ﷺ about those events that will unfold on the day of judgment. So he had elaborated all these events in one day. I think after Fajr he started to narrate the story, what happened and what's gonna happen, the history as well as the future, until people of Jannah went to Jannah and Jahannam went to Jannah. So it was very detailed discussion, and I think the Sahabi said a'lamuna ahfaduna, I mean that the one who memorized more unfortunately did not have a video recording, so he said that the one who knew more among us is the one who had memorized more. That means lots of information perhaps was not kept, information that is beneficial for us, because Prophet ﷺ, Islam was intact, and all the knowledge that we need is already captured, alhamdulillah. Anyways, the events of the Day of Judgment, since these are part of the unseen, it's difficult that one should not generate new knowledge out of nowhere if it is not given by the prophetic sources. There are some of the prophecies in the Bible, and they can be used to narrate if it doesn't negate something that the Islam came up with. This is the general ruling and opinion in terms of the sources that came to us from the previous scriptures, particularly from the Bani Israel sources, which is the Bible. So there are biblical prophecies, and we need to benchmark it with Islamic prophecies and authentic prophecies from Islamic sources. If there is no contradiction with any of them, we could take it without firmly thinking that this is going to happen, but it's kind of a complementary and supplementary information, because we don't know whether that very part was altered or not altered from the previous scripture. Specifically, there is the mention of Yajuj and Majuj in the verses that I have mentioned, and all the events of that day it's very amazing for us, because many of them we cannot explain from the level of technology and knowledge and science and technology that we have reached until now, 2019. Maybe after 200 years, more things we can explain better. After 500 years, maybe even more we can explain better, because the science, technology, and the body of knowledge of human beings, because of their exploration, it's increasing over time in terms of the tool and technology and whatnot. Okay, so it's always dangerous that you take your moment of time when you are analyzing these verses. You take the contemporary science, and sometimes we forget and think that, okay, this is the topmost, and you try to explain everything from the lens of science and technology that you have at that particular moment. Okay, so let's not fall into these things. The most important thing is that if it came from this Islamic sources, we believe in it. Whether we understand it now or not, we believe in it. Okay, we believe in it. After all, we believe in Allah, which is the greatest unseen, but we have thousands of ayat, signs that yes, He is there. We believe in angels, we believe in jinn, we believe, okay, so we believe in shaitan because we see its effect on us. You just go for salah, stand in the salah, within seconds you realize that you are outside the salah. You start thinking right and left. So there is shaitan, okay, who comes and distorts your thoughts. So these are very amazing events that's gonna happen on the Day of Judgment. And after that, when the day comes, everything's gonna dismantle. The mountains, the heaven will rupture, the sama'un shaqqat. I mean, read those verses, the vivid graphic description, and these are power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَوْمَ نَطْوِي السَّمَاءَ كَطَيِّ السِّجِلِّ لِلْكُتُبِ. كَمَا بَدَأْنَا أَوَّلَ خَلْقٍ نُعِيدُ وَعْدًا عَلَيْنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا فَاعِلِينَ. This is Allah's promise, and Allah is able to do whatever He wants. The last verse I mentioned is وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ. Allah has written in all His previous books, means that it is a written fact. It's a universal law. it's not even a theory. It's Allah's law that can never break, because He has written it in all previous scriptures that innal arda yarithuha ibadi as-salihun, that this earth will inherit it my pious and righteous people. That is Allah's party, not Hizb shaitan, not the shaitan's party. So there could be battles here and there could be ups and downs, but the ultimate outcome is that ibadi as-salihun will gonna rule this earth. Ibadi as-salihun gonna rule this earth. So if we are pious, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us this promise that Allah has given to us. May Allah make us among those who are the salihun. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.